Come with me if you want to live. Hasta la vista, baby.
So, all packed and ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
With all my books.
Man, I was falling asleep laughing yesterday, imagining like you walk in the airport with like bag of books and it's all collapsing right there. It's like, how are you going to feel about this? Like books all over the floor, people walking, you know. So that was just hilarious imagination, you know.
I would just pick them up and find something to put them in. I guess.
Well, you don't have a bag anymore in the airport. That's the thing.
Yeah. I'm sure they have them at the airport anyways, but like, worst comes to worst, I'll, I don't know, get another luggage and then just put it back in.
That would be complicated, you know? The thing is like, it's better to wrap it up right as you arrive.
Yeah, for sure.
Just wrap it up strong and that's it, it just holds it. You know, I was thinking like, that would be funny.
That'd be funny. Like, what do you got
Mexican
there?
confession all over the Lima airport. People are like, oh, that's a good marketing. Like, can I have one? Oh,
Sure.
feel free.
Yeah.
Take it. It's all for you guys. You know, make my life easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything all over the place, you know. Man, that is crazy. But you are all packed nicely.
Yeah.
Okay,
For the
ready
most
to
part. I
go.
just have like some minor stuff, but for the most part, yeah, I'm packed. Yeah.
Yeah, I called the car 1:30. So
Okay.
I think it's from now. It'll be good.
I'm glad I stayed an extra week after Paula because I wasn't entirely ready to go.
Yeah.
And then I called her last night, and then I was like, oh, okay, she's like, and she was like, oh, do you need another week? And I was like, no, I'm ready now. But
You mean now?
yeah,
You're ready to go.
yeah,
But the week before, no.
No,
That
it's
was
too short.
important thing.
yeah.
Important things to talk about. So the timing was perfect actually.
Yeah, sure.
Good reconnection with you, you know. She did her work, you did your work.
Yeah. And I think that's the beauty of coming with your partner, actually, because for the most part, you're in your own process and she's in her own process, and then like really the integration and the time to come together with more clarity about the relationship is the walk home. You know?
Well, you certainly
Sometimes during-
connect on a deeper level here.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
that's for sure. Do you want me to do for you? Have a pipe there.
Sure. Yeah.
Just was, you know, it was raining last night and I forgot it here. So it was all wet, but it's good. It's wet from outside now. Yeah? Oh, yeah, different. So you feel like something was like done in that sense? Like relationship, talking,
Yeah, there's been
some work.
Yeah, there's been
Personal
like
level.
there's been some blockages in my communication, I think,
From your side?
for my side, and I know it takes two to tango for sometimes, so I'm just gonna take responsibility for myself for now, and yeah, basically I was able to really understand what our true boundaries in our relationship. When it comes to making relationships with other people and friends. You know, when we first started dating, or we only dated for 46 days and we got married, I was really jealous because that's kind of who I was beforehand in my previous relationship. And now working with medicine for the past 7 years has shifted my perspective on like what connection looks like for other people. If that makes sense.
46 days, like a month and a half. A month and a half, 46 days.
Yeah, that's
It's
how
okay.
long we dated for, and then we got married.
That's already too long, man. I dated 2 weeks with my wife.
Yeah, when you
2
know,
days.
when
And
you
then
know,
they're
you know.
like, okay, let's get married. Okay,
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah.
So it's not crazy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. It's
I
fine.
have some in here a little bit.
Okay. It's fine. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, if you feel right, you feel right. I don't even know that. I had a relationship in my life, like, man,
Probably a little bit more.
crazy relationship for much longer, living together, and it's like it didn't go anywhere. Just went to hell because it wasn't right for me, and I wasn't right for them too. It's not like
Yeah.
they were bad, I was good.
Yeah,
It's not like that. It's like I'm not right for them, they are not right for me. Just like that's it,
yeah.
you know.
Well,
And then when I met Mercedes, it's just like 2 weeks. Like I felt differently in my heart, and I knew it's like, okay, this is the mother of my children,
Yeah, for sure.
and she knew that too. So here we are, 16 years later,
Yeah. When you know, you know.
happy family, you know. When you know, you know.
I'll tell you a funny story too, or a good story. Thank you.
Okay. About what story? About what related to?
Related to
Relation.
related to
Okay, go ahead.
how I know Paula was the one, or how I knew.
Being relax. Man, the beak of my hummingbird is broken. That's not good.
Deja Flor.
Just like put it back. I love this hummingbird pie. So beautiful.
Yeah, it's like super glue or something.
Oh, you had it. You had it yesterday.
Yeah, I think I left it at your house. It should be on your
Oh.
table.
Okay.
Oh.
It's fixable. I'll just fix it with super glue. It's fine.
So let's see, I was about, I think I was like 20, about to turn 21 when she took me for a date for a ceremony. It was like my first time trying psychedelics. It was an MDA based, so natural form of MDMA based. And then they ended the night with psilocybin and copy, like part of the ayahuasca line, for the ABOI inhibitor. And hold on. It's towards the end of the night, and during the ceremony, there's like, it's inside the house, and there's like mats everywhere, and then a couch. All the participants are in the mats area, like processing their emotions, talking to each other, being in a nice like puppy pile. And I'm on the couch. Well, we're both on the couch, and we're kind of like looking over everybody, like just looking over everybody, just observing. And their vision from the mushroom started coming in, and I became a lion with its mane on fire. And that was the first time I've connected with an animal, like fully connected with an animal before. So I became a lion with its mane on fire. I'm running through the jungle, dodging trees, like for fun, just to have fun. Like I know in my mind I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm just enjoying the strength and the power of running through the jungle. And I see in back of me a lioness running with me. And then I say, I'm thinking, okay, this is my partner. She can keep up with me. I'm leading, but I know I'm checking on her, but I know that she can keep up with me. And we're running through the jungle together. So the vision ends, and I look over to her, and I was like, "Did you see that?" And then she looks over to me, and she's like, "Yeah, I was there." So we're in the same portal together, too. And then from then on, I was
That
like,
was the
that
sign.
was a sign for me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
I imagine you would see a Hulk running there.
That'd be a little bit different.
And the Hulkness. Oh, how would you call it? Female Hulk.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
I don't know if she'd be green, maybe purple or something.
If she wants to keep up with you, she needs to be the same color.
Yeah.
She
We need to be the same color. We need to be same species if we're gonna be we're gonna be
Yeah,
partners.
color can vary, you know. It's fine. Color can vary, but the species has to be the same.
Yeah.
So that's how it's all started.
That's all. It's not a whole story.
That's cool story. Very
Yeah.
cool story, you know.
And since we've been doing ceremony,
Psychedelic
since-
relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, very interesting. Very good. Well, you can put it in your book. You know, whenever that comes out,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
it's very good to share with people stories. All my books are stories, like a lot of it. Of course, there's a lot of contemplation and you know going deep into subjects, but I always try to share with people real stories from my life to help them relate
Yeah.
to me as a person, not just like a kind of cut and dry like philosophy or like shamanic wisdom. You know,
Yeah.
it's there.
It's there.
It's there.
It's
but
all there.
stories is where I personally connect to people. I just do what I do. You know, I connect to people who are sincere and who share real story from their lives.
Yeah.
That's powerful. That's like valuable, very informative. You know, this is what I love. You know, so somebody just write like dry. I'll lose them somewhere. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you sincerely open up and share your life stories, your struggle, your pain, your joys, you know what I mean? That's like, it's relatable. It's human to human conversation. That's what I love. So that's why in every book I have the stories. To kind of make it alive, you know?
Yeah.
Keep the book alive.
Yeah. Your book, The Path, has given me inspiration on, and especially the talk that we had on the way up to on that ceremony.
Yeah, of course,
about
of course.
your own path.
Yeah.
And me relating to that and saying like, okay, I need to create. I'm in my own path, and I need to create my
Yeah.
own path. in that.
Exactly.
And and really come to and step up to the plate on what that looks like for me. Yeah.
And it will take shape as you walk.
Yeah.
It will kind of keep redefining itself to the point when it just become clear and you just walk it.
Yeah.
And that's what happiness really comes.
Yeah.
You know, happiness doesn't come before that. When you're still like searching for a path,
Yeah.
it's kind of sweet pain. You know, it's painful path, but it has its sweetness, but it's painful because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know where you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know the path. You know, that when you really find that, you find your heart, and that's it, man. This is just like, you know, heaven's gates just opens
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just lights come to you, and
Dur-
that's it.
Oh, sorry. During one of my ceremonies, so I already know my life purpose, and it was giving me, Huachuma was giving me the clarity on how to get there. I knew what my life purpose is, but it was unclear at the time. So now I'm going to trust the natural unfolding. So my life purpose is I enjoy giving people experiences that they can remember, whether that be a conversation or like doing body work or a massage on them or just anything like that, any kind of experience. I really enjoyed working in the dispensary because I enjoy teaching. So I enjoy giving people experiences, teaching, and I love helping people believe in themselves.
Yeah, it's inspirational. That's what we do here.
Yeah,
You know, big part of it is just to inspire people.
for sure.
To inspire people to find their power and just live life from that place,
Yeah.
whatever it means to them. That's great. Okay, so maybe you want to, I don't know, just a quick introduction. How you came to us? Yeah, that's a cool story actually.
Okay,
How you heard about Huachuma Wasi and then the whole journey. You know?
sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think it was at least 2 or 3 years ago. I was on a plane to Florida to a Huachuma ceremony. That
American orange juice.
they got Peruvianis. They use powder usually, so it's not as good as brews, obviously, but the powder is pretty good. So it wasn't orange juice. It was definitely an experience for sure.
Okay.
No California orange juice or Florida orange juice for Huachuma.
Okay.
So I was on my way to the plane, and I was already obsessed about Huachuma. I was already doing ceremonies here and there, trying to learn from people, trying to help out during ceremonies. And I just wanted to like fully immerse myself even more in it. So on the way to the plane, on Amazon, I looked up mescaline books or mescaline, or I think what I typed in the search bar was like mescaline books or San Pedro cactus books, like something like that. And then your book Mescaline Confession came up. So on the way there, I started reading it, and just like what the stories that I heard in it and the way that you described the medicine has really resonated with me. And basically, I was like, I need to go here. This is part of my path, you know. And it took a little bit of time to save up to come up here, and getting like moving stuff around for work to be able to have like a month off basically. And so then I followed you on Instagram and Facebook, and then it was always in the back of my head that I wanted to go here. And then I was always watching your videos, and that's when me and my friend learned about the Huachuma Wasi blow for Habe. So then,
probably John was in it.
yeah. Super big cloud.
Yeah.
So when we serve each other Habe, or anybody Habe, if they know about the Huachuma Wasi blow, we ask, how do you want your blow? Soft, medium, strong, or Huachuma Wasi blow? Where it's just like
Nuke.
Yeah, nuke. Just like
They want to be
super-
carpet bomb,
Yeah,
torpedo, or a nuke drop
yeah, exactly.
on your head.
So it was always in the space, like always in our consciousness about you and Huachuma Wasi. And since then, you started commenting on my posts and saying, Rocky, when are you coming to Peru? And then a couple weeks later, Rocky, when you come to Peru, we're gonna go to the gym on days off. And Rocky, when are you coming to Peru? And I was like, okay, this guy's calling me. I'm gotta answer the call. You know, it doesn't make it like it's not. It's pretty clear what I gotta do. It's like, come on, dude. So I ended up showing up, talking to you, booking the flights, and yeah, this experience has been life changing.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
life-changing.
Nice. Now you're here. How was it for you? How was the medicine? How was the whole journey? Actual here, you know, people, like the whole thing.
Yeah. We started off with the healing cycle with 9 people, I think. Right?
9 people.
Nine,
Yeah.
yeah.
March was 9 people. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first couple weeks, it was. I mean, all of the weeks were very beautiful, but I was able to really connect.
Just like, sorry, Michael, going too much picture. I just need to make sure the car is outside.
Sure.
Michael, good morning. You ready?
Morning, man.
You got all your papers?
Yeah, got all the paperwork,
Okay,
everything. Are you recording?
Yeah, we're recording, but it's okay. I want to make sure you're okay there, you know?
Have a good trip back, Bryan.
Thanks,
It's good
man.
meeting you,
Appreciate
man.
it, yeah.
Keep
You
in
too.
touch in the future. All the best with your bodybuilding
Thank
concept.
you. Appreciate it.
Let me just make sure the guy is outside. So he goes. And
Enjoy your trip today, man.
Thanks, brother.
you take like a rain poncho just in case it
No,
can rain
just in
there.
case, yeah.
Marco, ¿ya estás afuera? Ajá. Retorno mañana, sí, 8:30 en la tarde. Va a salir Machu Picchu 7, sí, entonces 8:30 tienes que esperarlo. Yo te voy a decir. ¿Está bien? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, he's outside, go.
Thanks,
Anything, you let me know through them. They can call me, but it's all good. They all
Should
speak
be all
English, so everything organized. You're good, okay?
All right, I'll see you on Sunday
Enjoy
night or
yourself.
Monday.
Sunday night. Tomorrow night, we'll see
Yeah,
you.
all right.
Anything, you let me know.
Thanks, sir.
Sounds
Thanks,
good?
Bryan.
Okay.
Take it
Have
easy.
a
See
good
you,
one.
fellas. Have a good
Okay.
one.
Okay, good. All good, yeah. So, sorry, you were saying, what you were saying? You were saying...
Oh, just about the people that I've met.
Oh, yeah. The
so
group here.
The group, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember you had mentioned that you were calling in good people with good hearts.
Yeah.
You're always calling in that, but that's how you really wanted to start off the year, and
Yeah.
that's how we started off. With.
Oh, it was amazing group.
Yeah.
This really one of the best groups.
Yeah.
Beautiful people, really. I enjoyed this group. I didn't want people to leave. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I wish you stay longer. This is good group. you
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
Some people I want them to leave. Like sooner.
Yeah,
Others I want them to stay. Like this is beautiful people, you know.
I got you.
That was amazing start of the year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and the medicine was, we started off slowly, which is what I wanted because I knew I was going to be here for a month, and I didn't want to tax out my body too quickly or burn out too quickly, basically.
Yeah, how was the beginning? How was the opening? How was your thought process and opening?
The beginning, I mean, I know I have a really good relationship with Huachuma already, so it was nice and easy to be able to land here and start taking medicine, and it was gentle at first, what is exactly what I wanted, and just enough for me to be able to really understand, okay, I'm here right now, and be present in the moment, right? And yeah, it was very beautiful. A lot of heart opening, a lot of clarity. I got inspiration to write a book about the lessons from Huachuma that I've had before.
It came like in the first week or so.
Yeah, came in the first week. So, one thing that I noticed in your medicine that's different is the creativity aspect of it.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of creativity in your medicine, and it like, I've never really wanted to write a book or anything like that. Like, I'm not the best at my grammar or the way that it flows. Or
Bro, I
anything
was
like
the
that.
worst student in school. What are you saying? The worst.
Uh-huh.
I hated school.
Uh-huh.
Never thought I would be writing books
Yeah.
in English.
Yeah, exactly.
In
Yeah.
my third language.
Uh-huh.
Never took an English class anyway.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's like, okay, I've never really wanted to do this, but it like lit a fire, basically.
It just comes through.
Yeah.
You become a servant
Mhm.
of inspiration.
Yeah,
Servant of the muse.
Mhm.
Like a servant of the medicine.
Yeah.
She'll take care of it.
Yeah. And I think it was the second ceremony where I asked Huachuma, okay, we have a great relationship together, but I always felt, not always, I feel some resistance in everything it has to teach me. So I asked Huachuma, I was like, okay, you're in me, you have permission to
teach.
to teach, to really just engulf yourself, the spirit of Huachuma in every cell of my body. And after I surrendered fully to the medicine, it has just been like quantum multiplication of inspiration, teaching, wisdom, divine masculine, divine feminine. Mhm. So both, both, and having a balance of both divine masculine and feminine in your body, in your spirit, is divine masculine.
Yeah. It's all kind of one thing.
Yeah.
It's separate, but it's one thing.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
it's hard to really explain in word, but we have both, and the medicine helps you to develop both sides of you. You know, in balance.
Yeah,
It has to be in balance. You know. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, the divine feminine is that's the intuition side, that's the feelings, that's the appreciation of the beauty in life, that's the feminine part.
Yeah.
But there is a masculine part of it, it's the warrior spirit and
Yeah.
protector, and they work together, man. It's like, this is what family is.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
And this is like, it's also inside in you. Like
Definitely.
outside, you know, we're playing different roles, but it's also within ourselves has to be developed. One of them like overly developed, another than it creates problems.
Sure.
It's like you can see that people are unbalanced, you know, or too feminized, or just becoming too stiff, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it has to be both.
Yeah.
You have to be
It's a balance of
balance.
of structure and flow, I think. So,
Yeah, and my medicine is very balanced. That's how you feel in the
Yeah.
medicine. Everything is balanced. Everything is like perfect. You
Yeah.
know, that's
For
the
sure.
feeling you experience.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. And
Yeah. And one thing I really enjoy about Huachuma, like, are you familiar with? I'm sure you're familiar with medicine wheels, but there's one in particular where it's mind in the north, heart in the south, body in the west, and spirit in the east.
okay.
And different medicines bring you into different aspects of the medicine wheel. Like spirit is Aya, mushrooms, things like that.
What
Heart.
takes to everyone.
Yeah, heart is like MDMA and stuff like that, or MDA. And yeah, Huachuma is everything on the wheel.
So
And what I really enjoy,
it's a full circle.
yeah, definitely. And that's what I really enjoy about your medicine is that it's extremely wavy in all of the portions of it, and then it can be all of them at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's
It
like,
can be focused and can be like all inclusive.
yeah. And yeah, what I notice with your medicine, since it's extremely wavy, is that at some moments I'll be in really, really deep spirit and really deep heart, and then I'll come out of the experience a little bit, and I'll feel not like completely sober, but not seeing any visuals or like super open-hearted. I know the medicine's there still, but I know like it's shifted to the mind aspect of it, and that's where it gives you opportunity to really kind of reflect and understand on what just happened, basically.
Yeah.
And how you can. So it's like it's integrative medicine, but it's also integrative during it too.
During.
Yeah.
As it happens.
Yeah.
Not later. That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like everything happens now.
Yeah, for sure.
Your downloads and integration at the same time. Yeah, it's all happening at the same time. You download and you integrate at the same time while you're enjoying the beautiful nature.
Yeah.
You know, and eating some fruit, writing some thoughts,
Yeah.
smiling at other people from far. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Sharing
Who
fruit with
also,
people.
who also going through the same magical journey, you know, in their own way. So okay, so what else do you want to share? And then later, how was like when I start feeding you stronger medicine and full carbs? How was that?
Extremely powerful. Definitely. Super extremely powerful. Yeah, it's hard to describe it, but it's extremely powerful, heart opening. Yeah, it just gave me even more clarity, even more understanding, even more fire to inspire.
You
You
know,
know, and to
carry the fire,
to carry it as well.
to lighten up
Mhm.
new hearts.
Yeah, definitely. And
Were you scared at some point?
never scared, but I know that I was on one ceremony at least. I know that I think it was like probably one of the strongest experiences that I've had. But since I've been doing medicine work for a while, it's just I knew the things to do basically. Like tell myself that I'm safe, that I'm okay. You know, deep breaths, kind of thing. And then quickly I was out of it. You know, I know if I want to shift something, some agua de Florida works, or if I want to take a little bit of break and express gratitude, some apacho during ceremony. So since I kind of knew already what to do in that aspect, I was never fully afraid of anything. If anything, I was afraid or hesitant of what the process was going to teach me, basically.
Yeah, I understand.
Mhm.
There is that, but you know, I always tell people this. Like, people tell me this all the time. yeah, when they write me, in the form,
Oh, okay.
in the submission, they always say like, yeah, but in the section when your fears and concerns, so they say like, yeah, I'm just afraid to kind of to do this work and then realize that the way I live is just false, and lose my family, my work and whatever, So that it's a legitimate fear, but it's not really real. I mean, it's kind of, I understand the fear where it's coming from, so in that sense it's legitimate, but it's not real at the same time, because what I always say to people, it's like you never lose anything real on this path, ever. What's real will be empowered, will be enhanced and empowered to magnify by 1,000 times. But what false will fall apart.
Yeah, definitely.
So if your relationships are false, most likely they will fall apart.
Yeah.
If your job is the source of suffering, you will look for an exit and change your life. But these are good things. It's not bad. It's a good thing, because why would you live your life in a falsehood?
Yeah.
False relationship, false friends, some hateful job. This is poison. So why would you want this anyway?
Yeah, definitely.
The real love for your family, only bigger.
Yeah, for sure.
Your passions will come forward. You will know what you love. You will know what you want, and you will pursue that. That is what it is. That is the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like I understand your fears, but
Yeah.
this is something to look forward to. It's not something to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Because you want to make your life authentic, So how you do that if you are surrounded by falsehood?
Yeah, definitely.
It's not possible.
Yeah, I think also when people feel that fear, it might be the medicine ahead of time already trying to teach them a lesson. Sounds like already a red flag of like.
Well, they already.
Resistance.
That means that they down in their soul level, they know that something is wrong, and they just don't want to lose it, because it can be just their comfort.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
So losing comfort is not comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's often where you find freedom and awakening. So many times in my life I had to do that. Sacrifice comfort to find truth. That's the way.
Yeah.
So nothing to worry about. Okay, guys? Nothing to worry about. The real things will remain real, and the false, you don't need them anyway. So just to kind of highlight this, it's important.
For sure.
It's important. So how do you feel now after spending a month here? Like, what are you taking back?
So adopting new perspectives about life and really being able to integrate new ways of thinking that's maybe not so rigid. I grew up with a really strict family, very loving, and to the point where I resented them for a while. 2 days after I graduated high school, I left my hometown because I was just tired of not only living there, but just living with my parents at the time. But at that moment, I didn't really understand what they were trying to teach me. And then when I moved to California, my work ethic stood out, the way that I thought stood out, my dedication, my extreme dedication to things stood out compared to everybody there. And quickly I was able to move up to like management positions when I was like 23, running dispensaries. We were making $1 million a day kind of thing.
Oh, what dispensary? Like a cannabis
dispensary, yeah. And just be able to really reflect back and understand and tell my parents again gratitude. Like, you know what, thank you. At the time I didn't really understand what was going on, and I told them I resented you. I didn't talk to you for I don't know, like 6 months till after I graduated, and then it took me a while to really fully absorb and reflect on what they're trying to teach me. So, I mean, now we have a great relationship, and I tell them, like, you know what, thank you, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you teaching me that.
To come through and kind of express that for parents was more important.
Mhm.
To hear that,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
important.
So that's definitely one takeaway as well. So when I got married with Paula, she had kids when she was young, and those kids had kids when they were young. So I married into becoming a grandpa of step grandpa, yeah, of two grandkids at the time. And when I moved in, I think
Grandpa in 27, that's early, man.
grandpa at 21.
At 21?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. So it was really hard to be able to understand where my position was in their life, and also
Doesn't look like Grandpa.
yeah, I don't like
Like,
grandpa.
where is the stick, bro?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm the coolest grandpa you'll ever meet, probably.
The coolest Grandpa in town.
Yeah, for sure. The buffest grandpa in town, at least. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and I didn't really realize my role in their lives, which was odd because they call me Grandpa Bryan. So it's like they gave me the role.
At 21, that should be weird, man.
It was really weird.
Weird.
It was really weird.
Grandpa Bryan.
Yeah, and they were
High school graduate. Is that what you're saying?
It's like, yeah, I graduated high school like 3 years before that. You know, I just got out of a long-term relationship before that with my high school sweetheart. And then this happens. At the time, one thing that I didn't realize with marrying someone is that when you marry someone, you also marry their family. And that I didn't fully understand the gravity of that until I became a grandpa. A grandpa. You know, so they're living with us in the house. Her son, his wife, and the two kids in the house. So I mean, we have a good sized house, but I also like my space.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know, so it's like
It's important.
a balance in between that. You know, it's like when they're misbehaving and the parents aren't really stepping up to the plate in terms of following through and discipline. It's like, okay, do I step up to the plate while not
It's delicate.
yeah, it's
Delicate
delicate,
issue, you know?
while not interfering with the natural flow of the parents the way that they want to discipline. But when I see clearly things aren't working, I have to say something.
Yeah.
You know,
Just being responsible.
Yeah,
It's
either
like, you know, there are ways to say things,
Yeah.
but say it's important.
So I quickly became the strict grandpa. Not really the way,
Not that cool anymore.
not as cool as I could have been, you know, because it's like the only way that I knew to teach discipline was being strict.
Sorry, I just saw this title for this video. How about this? The Grandpa Hulk visit Huachuma Wasi.
Perfect.
I think it's cool.
That's fine. Yeah, I am a grandpa.
It just came to me. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I need to remember that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a good video. We have a lot of titles for sure.
Oh, man, you can you have the whole book there already.
Yeah, yeah.
Just from what we talked.
Uh-huh.
Plenty of titles.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, if you need more, you just text me.
Yeah, and I'll
I'll
come
give
up
you
with
some more.
something.
Oh, come on with me. So what you were saying? So you, like your role into this relationship?
Yeah, so the role into my relationship was really cloudy for me, and it took me at least what it felt like 3 years to like fully integrate them in my life. And then to the point where I started becoming,
Including your role
including my role
in all this.
in everything, and to really get the clarity of things. And yeah, and then it was just kind of hard and a little bit confusing when I could step up to the plate for things and also try to be loving at the same time, and then getting resistance from the parents sometimes in the way that I discipline them. And yeah, so then like after the 3 years, I try to fully integrate them again, and then I felt the resistance from the parents, and then I pulled back. because the parents at the time, they weren't really fulfilling their full potential in what they could do for themselves and their children. And then me saying something about it gave resistance to the parents, which then gave me resistance to pull back from the grandkids again. And then so one of the ceremonies here, I was just really reflecting and like trying to fully embody on what that looks like to be basically one of their only stable men in their life.
For all of them.
For all of them, yeah.
That's a huge responsibility. You know, what's the you are the role model. You know, you are the man.
Yeah.
There, so it's very important role to play in many people's lives. You know.
Yeah. And for me, it puts a lot of pressure on. I'm extremely grateful for it, but it puts a lot of pressure almost to be perfect because I know everyone's watching, which is something I've always had to deal with because I'm an older brother of two younger brothers. So it's like I've always had to be responsible
For others.
for others. And if I was doing something wrong back when I was younger and then my parents were noticing it, they would correct me, but also say, look at your brothers, they're going to watch you and they're going to emulate you. They're going to copy you. So it's like something that I've always had to deal with
No,
my
just
whole life.
kind of expand it.
Yeah, expanded even more. So yeah, it put a lot of pressure on me, and it's just, I came to the conclusion that just like anything, that once I find the resistance and once I find the clarity on where my role is, to embody that like warrior spirit and also that nurturing spirit that they need as kids too.
So how you feel about the whole situation now?
Now they've moved out. They moved out a couple weeks before I came here, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to come here, because the dad verbally abuses his wife, and it was something that was constantly happening in the house.
Oh, in the house.
Yeah, in the house
So-
when they were living with us.
Okay.
So I wanted to. I told Paula, hey, you need to say something. This is not right. And unfortunately, he may or may not have mental health issues. So it was hard to. I'm a big believer that your house should be a sanctuary, and
Ideally,
I
yeah,
shouldn't
of
be.
course.
I shouldn't have to come home from work already wanting to just relax and decompress, and then I hear yelling,
Oh, good man.
and then the kids are listening to the profanity that's happening. So it just felt like, okay, I need to escape. I need to go somewhere else, and I want them to move on, to move to a different house, but that doesn't necessarily solve all the issues. Now I'm worried that he's doing the same thing at their house.
Another house, yeah.
So I really believe in him. I love him a lot. He grew up with just Paula for a while. I mean, she became a single mom pretty early.
Oh, that's her son.
Yeah.
So his wife is he was abusive to his wife, and she would be your what? I don't even know how to
My
step what? I don't even
step. I'm her father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
So she's my daughter-in-law.
Yeah, daughter-in-law.
Stepdaughter-in-law.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to come out here. Was we gave them a certain amount of time to leave, to really light a fire
Just for him to leave the family,
for
all to move out.
all of them to move out, with either the hopes of two different options of him living separate and them staying there, or them moving separately, whatever it took to ease the tension.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds good. This is going to explode one day.
Yeah,
It can turn to violence.
yeah, definitely. So now he's doing a lot better, so I hear. So I'm excited to see him, and just give him a hug, tell him that I love him, and that I'm proud of him for making the shifts that he needed to do to really fulfill his potential in his life.
Maybe it would be good for him to join your men's circles when you
Yeah.
do it. Talk about what does it mean to be a man. That would be important. Actually,
Yeah,
he's definitely a client.
Yeah, he's drank before.
It's important. It's like the whole point of this medicine is really to fix your life. It's in many ways. Of course, there's a huge spiritual aspect to it, and that's like the gateway to to spirit and knowledge and understanding. But also, a big part of this work is to fix your life here on earth.
Yeah.
To just put things in order. That's how it was for me.
Yeah.
For me, the spiritual side was always easy. It's like I was always like living with my head in the stars, not in the clouds.
Yeah.
But what was missing was the earthly life, the earthy order that was chaotic in my life. So Huachuma had to lead me through that so I can fix the basis. And then when this was fixed with family and our place and just just doing what we're doing here, that's when really everything just exploded into like another level.
Yeah, for sure.
In terms of spiritual understanding and connection and the way I feel. God is moving the camera. So that's very important. It's like you can't. That's what I'm saying. Was you can't live your life like this with your head in the stars and then have a total disaster here and claim that you're like a spiritual person or something.
Sure.
Yeah. Just a lost soul, lost. You don't know. You think in the right direction. You're kind of looking beyond the visible, but the visible is a big part of the invisible. Matter and spirit are one.
Yeah.
Just two different aspects of it. That's what I write in my books, in my articles. That's the message I'm trying to convey to people.
Yeah.
That's what you understand when you really go deep into spiritual realm. You understand that it's all sacred,
Yeah, definitely.
and you can ignore the material and only focus on spiritual because it's unbalanced. If you do this, you become a monk in your mind, even though you don't live as a monk, but you become a monk in your mind. It will be life will be neglected, and it's just not the right way to live. Because the right way to live is balanced. Life is sacred, and I think those folks are missing out.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's okay. It's not like a judgment on them. It's like you choose your path in life. But it's like through my contemplations, that's what I came to many times, over and over and over, and deeper, and the same truth. And that's how I chose to live the life I live. Through Huachuma experience, through understanding that sacred is pretty much everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Life is sacred. That's it. If you don't understand that, then you don't understand anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the biggest lessons of Huachuma, I would say.
Yeah, that reminds me of like the way that New Age spirituality is kind of moving. It's like kind of like what you're saying. They're like living in the clouds with no sense of direction, really. It's like kind of like
Floating.
all love and light, but then
You're floating in the universe.
yeah, it's like okay, we
Like
have
a
to
leaf.
embrace the shadows too, so we can even understand more of the love and light too. That's the part of duality. It's like
You have to embrace your full being,
yeah,
which light and dark.
definitely.
You can't just focus on the light and then the dark is like doesn't exist. It's not true. because it does exist.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just knowing your darkness and harnessing it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're always living in love and light, then when something triggers you, how can you really understand? Okay, this trigger is trying to teach me something.
No, you will escape
know?
it. You
Yeah,
will
you just
excuse it. You will escape it.
Yeah, blame it on the moon. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
whatever.
okay, you got to take responsibility. Yeah, I'm sure there's some aspect.
Maybe a moon has to play some role.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
for sure.
it moves oceans, so it might move something
Yeah.
in your head too.
Yeah.
But you can't blame
To
it
a-
all on the moon.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
to a certain
your
extent.
life is not sucked because of the moon.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
You got to take responsibility.
Yes, that's
to do
exactly right.
something.
That's what the medicine is teaching you.
Yeah.
One of the main things.
Mhm.
That's why I love Huachuma so much, because it's a real medicine. It's not about clouds,
Yeah.
stars. I mean, it's that too, but it's so much about life on Earth.
Medicine of truth.
That's you know, when I my third book, The Cactus of Sanity. You know, it was many ceremonies. I was thinking how to name it, how to title the book, because everything I would title would be true. The cactus of love, the cactus of clarity, the cactus of wisdom, the cactus of unity. It's all true.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, man, how did I title this? Like, what's the biggest thing that's missing in our world? And that was like during the lockdowns, during the COVID
Okay,
madness.
yeah.
So I'm like, bro, what's missing is sanity. You know, people have gone insane. So that's why I call it cactus of sanity, because that's how you feel.
Yeah.
It makes you feel sane. That was the clearer. That was the closest. While everything else is true too.
Yeah.
But the cactus of sanity was like, you people need the cactus of sanity.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody needs the cactus of sanity to stop the insanity, collective and personal. So that's why I call it the cactus of
It's a good
sanity.
title.
Yeah, it's just-
Huachuma in the time of chaos.
yeah, that's exactly. I was writing like in the book. I was like microdosing Huachuma, staying home. You know, you can go anywhere. Although we are fine here, we are like living in nature. I can live in. I was walking in the fields with olives, no problem.
Yeah.
You know? But still, like you can go to the street, you can go to town, you can do anything. It was complete madness here for like over 100 days. You know, so I was microdosing and just writing, just like sharing my feelings. What else to do
Yeah.
when you're like in quarantine? No planes, no tourists, just like indoor life. So I thought, okay, I will use this time as productive as I can, all things considered.
Yeah.
So I wrote another book.
Yeah.
Why not? It's a good book. I love this book.
Yeah. It's a great pivot.
You know?
For sure.
You know, so it kind of helped me psychologically to move through that too, even though we're much more protected from madness here.
Yeah.
But still, like, it's everywhere. It's in people's minds. It's in the news. It's like it's hard to isolate yourself completely, even if you live in heaven. You know. So we definitely had an advantage over other people, but we were affected. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially financially, we were badly affected. So the medicine helped me to get through it, and you know, as I was doing well, my family was doing well because they look up at me, you know, up to me, you know, my wife, my children. Like if I'm depressed, like how would I leave my family?
Sure.
Can't be depressed, you know. So it's like no, we'll make through it just fine. We have each other, we have love, we have home, we have medicine, we have mountains. We don't have much money because, like, you know, it cut all the income, you know. So that was a source of worry,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
But also it was a lesson, big lesson there. It was harsh, but big lesson.
It's a good conversation.
So, you know, the good thing we had some left, some savings left because we just we just finished Huachuma Wasi building. It was a 10-year project.
Yeah.
So in August of 2019, and then we were happy like, oh, now we can welcome people into beautiful environment, no more construction going forever, you know. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
Basically 6 months later, so we have a little bit savings left, and that's how we make it through the whole 2020 because there was no borders were closed for
Yeah.
10 months. no people, everybody cancel, nobody, no flights.
Yeah.
That's it. So we're like, I was worried. I have 2 kids. How am I going to feed them? It was like I was getting like stressed out financially. But then later I realized that, in a sense, it was good because it really triggered something very deep in my soul, kind of a righteous anger, which I already had experienced in cold when I was in California. And it was not an anger towards someone. It was kind of, it was more like a realization that you must become strong financially in life. As a father, as a leader of a family, you cannot have this repeated again ever. New pandemic, whatever they throw at us, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We are good on every level, and financially it's very important. No planes, I don't care. I want. This is when I realized that I want to grow the buffer zone, or the cushion to fall on when times are hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Like 3 years, 5 years, I want to grow 10 years, which means that there will be no income for 10 years, my family still survives,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not there yet, but this is the goal,
Yeah, for sure.
So in that sense, it was good. I used this chaos to transform into a strong desire to grow into financial strength, stability, security it became very important.
Yeah.
It's like become a priority for me. It never was like, it was, spirit and other things, but COVID taught me that no, financial aspect is very important.
Yeah, definitely.
So kind of grateful for that.
Yeah, definitely.
It came with a lot of pain, but grateful for this. And after this, I started really focusing my energy on growing financially, And this is when I got into crypto and, all that financial aspect like grew out of this. So it was never out of greed for money, but out of understanding of the importance
Yeah,
of
definitely.
financial stability. So this is why in the last book, Unplugged, I share with people my story, my financial struggle that was there all life.
Yeah.
All my life. That's all I knew, financial struggle. All I heard is like, we don't have money. I got sick of it, So I said, no, there is going to change with me.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to break the cycle, in the whole family tree. I'm the guy to do this. I have enough, I have vision, I have strength, I have everything to do it. So that was like a transforming point.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
2020 and the whole this craziness,
Yeah.
So in a sense, it was good, even though it came with so much stress. It changed my perspective on money, on finances, and the importance of it. And, it's like it just finds its place in my worldview. That's the thing. I never knew where to put it. It's like I have my perspective on life, my connection with the universe, and my feeling, my perception of being alive, my role in the world, in a larger scale, in existence, my relationship with existence. So I didn't know where to put money into it. It was kind of almost like misplaced in my spiritual worldview. It was like a problem. It always was a problem. So I had to fix this problem within myself to find a place for this, and everything is fine now. We're in good terms. That's very important. That's what I was trying to explain on the other ceremony, but we didn't have time.
Yeah.
It wasn't the right time for this conversation. So I share a lot in the book, and hopefully that will help people to fix their relationships with money, because it's crucial. It's very important, man. It doesn't make you less spiritual, make you more spiritual, make you more mature and more awake and more, just more real. Because life is real, everything is like, it is real. Call it matrix, yeah, of course. It is a matrix in a sense, but it's real.
Yeah.
You depend on that. You need money to live.
Yeah.
So it's not an illusion somewhere, like, unless you check into a Himalayan cave somewhere, it's a reality for you.
Sure.
And even then you depend on somebody bringing you rice that costs money to buy. It's like, when you really go into this, it's like you understand, like, it's everywhere. It's the glue.
Yeah.
that kind of keeps the whole thing together. So, do you want some of it for yourself to glue your stuff together, or you just going to be, you know,
Spending.
it's just being dispersed by life, you
Yeah.
know? And then if you have a family, like how you can do this?
Mm-hmm.
It's very irresponsible. Actually.
Yeah, for sure.
To be responsible is to be strong. To be strong in every way, financially, spiritually. You know, it's like it's balanced.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's just want to share with you, like the touching of that side.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
more to say, but this is like it's important for you. So when you bring that to your work, to your medicine, it's important. The subject of money, it's important to contemplate
Yeah, definitely.
and understand where you stand with it and how to fix it. If you really make peace with it and really deeply understand the relationship, everything will go well.
Yeah.
Everything will be just perfect. Everything, just your life will just become better.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and if not, you'll suffer, you'll struggle until that happens.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the whole thing. It's objective truth. It's not like one thing. Oh, it's okay. Maybe I think about it. Maybe not. No. You don't understand. This is one of the objective truths of life.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you don't understand this, you will have problems.
Yeah.
You will suffer. That's it. You know?
It was like the abundant mindset that we were talking about. so,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what Huachuma taught me.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen that. The medicine just was like showing me this. That's really all in the mind, and it's like what it shows you exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So in the same words, I would say.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
same words. It was like, oh, okay. You know, so it's been like many ceremonies.
Yeah, for sure.
Me and the medicine sitting in the mountains and kind of contemplating the subject of finances, which is so kind of, in a sense, so alien to spirit. In a sense, it's like completely different energy.
Sure.
But it's so much interwoven with our life that you just can't ignore it.
Yeah.
And the sooner you come to terms with it, the better.
Yeah.
It's for you and your family. So
It's easier to call in once you come to terms with it as well.
it just comes to
Yeah.
you. It just comes to you. It's like it's energy that you just attract.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's what needed in life, and that's what I have to have.
Yeah.
It's not a debate anymore. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh God, send me some money so I can pay my bills. I call it in.
Yeah.
I make it. It's like you. How would you say, you will it into an existence.
Definitely.
You don't ask for it.
Yeah. It's already printed. They're printing more.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're
It's already
printing more as we
printed.
speak.
So it's like they're printing more. It's
Send
like,
some here.
When does it stop? Like, okay. It's,
Well,
you just keep on going.
I don't have control over your printer, but I can definitely connect to this energy and attract
Yeah.
as
for
much
sure.
as I need for my family.
Yeah, for sure.
That's already that's energy.
Yeah.
So you keep printing, I keep attracting.
Yeah.
My family is happy, and we grow. So it's very important. Very important subject, not to be neglected.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what people don't stand like in the spiritual communities, and I feel sorry about them. It's in my books. I speak about this. Sometimes I mock them. Sometimes, But it's like they don't stand because nobody teach you that. Your guru doesn't teach you that. Nobody teach you that.
Yeah.
Nobody teach you anything. That's the truth. Nobody teach you anything
Yeah.
of value.
Yeah.
They're just throwing some crumbs of wisdom and then just bullshitting you for the rest of time.
Yeah. For sure.
That's it. Nobody really teaching you truth and wisdom like as the medicine does.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the truth. And that's why they're all poor and miserable and suffering. And it's like, and because of that,
Yeah,
because
for sure.
there is no real guidance.
Yeah.
And financial education, I would call it education, because I don't think going to the business school is like education. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I never, it's like, but this is not where you get educated.
Yeah, for sure.
You get indoctrinated into things. But real education, it's not that to
Yeah.
me. It's not that. To me, it's different. It has a different meaning. Financial education I receive through the medicine,
Yeah, for sure.
which sounds like crazy, but that's the truth. I receive it here on this path, on shamanic path. I receive financial education. call it crazy, call it what it is. I understand the way it sounds, but that's why I am the way I am today. That's why we're happy, you know, and feeling secured and feeling stable in life, because I was taught through the medicine on these subjects. Not in school. I never went to school. And when I was a bad student anyway. Like in my child. You know what I mean? It's like, but the thing is, like, I met people who went through business schools. And they were telling me, it's like, there's not much of that we used in our businesses later. Maybe some of it. But it's like the business itself teaches you things.
Definitely.
You know, life teaches you things. Relationship with people teaches you things. You know, so I'm not against education. I mean, you want to do it, it's fine, you know. But it's incomplete, that's what I would say. The
definitely.
completeness of that comes through life experience and medicine work. You know.
During yesterday's baptism, I realized that this was my third time being baptized in my life. The first 2 times was under a non-denominational Christianity, and this time was now, like, I'm not following any gurus anymore. I accept that there will be teachers in my life, but it doesn't look like a guru anymore, which was I was following for a while. And that nature is my spiritual path now, and probably ever since I took my first psychedelic, I shed the dogmatic views of organized religion, basically. So it's like, this is my path now. This is Huachuma is my path. Spirituality is my path.
That's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
You know, shakes you out of your beliefs and make you and help you to find your own truth. That's the real path. I think that's a good point to wrap it up, because we can just keep going. But let's jump into the gym now.
Yeah, for sure.
And then your car's 1:30, so there is enough time to eat. Say goodbye, you know. So maybe what would you say, like, wrap it up? Wrap it up. What would you say to people, like, you know, who would like to come to Huachuma Wasi but afraid of medicine experience, afraid of whatever they're afraid of, you know?
Let's see. If you're serious about changing your life, you know, Sergey says that there's never a perfect time to come to Peru. It's like you just got to make it happen.
That's totally true.
You just got to make it happen. And there's nothing to be afraid of for the medicine. It's a very loving, gentle grandfather spirit. And it has that same kind of energy. So if it's your first time doing something, this is highly recommended for anyone that wants to open up into the psychedelic realm. And if you have experience and you want true medicine and not California orange juice, come to Huachuma Wasi. Come to Huachuma Wasi.
Okay.
And I mean, everything is really organized here, you know, from taxis from the airport and Sergey.
Your food delivered to your room.
Food delivered, at the end of ceremony where you don't want to eat any. I mean, you don't want to make anything or cook yourself or go out. You know, so you get really taken care of as well. So not only is it super affordable, like shopping here and going around places, there's people here to help and to guide you and to make the most out of your experience.
That's pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And another thing, guys and girls, Hulk is the official ambassador of Huachuma Wasi seeds. So if you want to buy seeds from our garden, this is the guy. So to find him, it's very easy. You just go on my website. On the homepage, there is like Huachuma Seeds. You click on that, it will take you to Facebook page, and all the information there, the pricings and all of his contacts there. You just talk to him directly and get some seeds and grow your garden, grow your medicine garden. And even if you don't plan to harvest it, it's okay. You just want to have the medicine growing in your house. for your protection, for your connection. It's just important to have it there. Okay? So that's pretty much it. Okay, Hal? Good to see you. Great meeting you in person, and it was a great time.
Thank you.
Really very healing, very productive. You know, new doors open up. So let's keep it going and keep shining your light. You know, and just remember all the lessons, remember all the experience. It's all yours to refer to. You know, you earned that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay. Well, have a good. What's it, Sunday? No, Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay. Have a good day anyway.
Good Saturday.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Let's go to gym.